Hello everyone. In this video I am going to talk about adding borders and changing number formats. As you can see here, we have several horizontal and vertical intersecting lines which are helping us distinguish between the cells. These lines are called as grid lines. But when you print the data, these lines don't appear on the paper. So if you want to see how the data will appear when printed on paper, you can click on the Page Layout tab, and from the Sheet Options group of buttons, you can click on the View checkbox under the Grid Lines heading. This will remove the grid lines, and this is how the data will appear when printed on paper. Now let's have the grid lines back. Now, if you want to have the data separated from the surrounding cells, or you want to have the lines appearing between a particular group of cells, you can apply the borders. In order to apply the border, you need to select the data first, and then you click on Home tab, and from the font group of buttons, you can click on the down arrow for the border button. This opens the different styles of borders, and you can click on any one of them to apply it. Now, in order to remove the selection, you can click anywhere in the worksheet. If you want to change the border style, you need to repeat the procedure. So you select the data, and then from the font group of buttons on Home tab, again click on the down arrow for the borders button, and then click on the border style of your choice. And if you want to remove the border, you can simply click on No Border. And if you want to remove the selection, again you can click on any of the cells in the worksheet. Now let's talk about changing the number formats. The number formats help us control the appearance of the data in a worksheet. For example, let's select the values written under the heading Monitor. In order to apply a particular number format, we need to click on Home tab, and from the number group of buttons, we can click on the down arrow for number format button. Now click on any one of the number formats. In this case, we clicked on currency, so the values are displayed in the form of currency. Now you have the rupee symbol appearing before it, telling that it is in terms of Indian rupees. Similarly, let's select the values written under the heading Printer, and this time suppose you want the dollar symbol to appear here. So you will repeat the procedure, that is, you click on the down arrow button for number format button, and then you click on More Number Formats, because by default when we clicked on currency, it was displaying the rupee symbol. So we click on More Number Formats, and this opens the Format Cells dialog box. Now click on currency, and then you can choose the different symbol. For example, you can select the dollar symbol. Click on OK. MS Excel provides you 12 different number formats. Let's discuss all of them one by one. The first one is General. Here, there is no specific formatting applied. That means when you are entering a text value, it is automatically formatted as text, and when you enter a numeric value, it is automatically accepted or treated as a number. And if you are entering a fractional value or date time value, it will all be done automatically. So it is no specific format. As you can see, now it is no more displayed in the form of currency. So it is simply a set of numbers without any places of decimal. The second one is the number. The number format is going to treat the numeric values in the form of a number with few digits displayed after the decimal point. By default, it displays you the two places of decimal, and if you want, you can have the number of digits increased or decreased depending upon your requirement. So by default, it has 2 digits after the fractional point. So if you want to decrease the number of digits after the point, you can click on the decrease decimal button. So I clicked once, so one digit is gone, and if I click once again, the other digit will also be gone. Now if I want to increase the number of digits after the decimal point, I can click on increase decimal button. So click on this once to have one digit, again to have one more digit, and this way you can have as many digits as you want. Now let's revert it back to the general. The next one is currency. Currency we have already tried, so it is going to display the data in the form of prices with currency symbol appearing before the value. Now when you select accounting, it is again going to display the value in terms of currency only, but the currency symbol will appear at the left. Let's expand the cell so that it displays the values appropriately. Now the currency symbol will appear at the left and the numeric data will appear on the right. Let's expand it further to see the difference. If you remember, we had the currency format applied on the prices of monitors. Let's expand that column also to see the difference. As you can see, in case of currency number format, as you can see from here, the rupee symbol as well as the value, everything is appearing right aligned. But when we have the accounting format applied, the rupee symbol appears at left and we have all the numeric values at right. The next number format is short date, and then we have long date. These are the number formats for displaying the date type value. Since these values are not of date type, let's enter some more values. Let's have the heading date of purchase. Now let's have some date values here. Now let's select the values, and as you can see, it is automatically taken as date. So this was the built-in feature of MS Excel which has made it appear like this. But if you apply a different number format here, the date value will appear differently. So the same data, in order to appear appropriately, has to have a proper number format applied. So now let's go for the short date format. This makes the data appear in the form of date value. And as you can see, you have 2 digits for date and next 2 digits for months and then 4 digits displaying the year. They are all separated by hyphen. If you want the same dates to appear in a different format, you can go for long date format. This will make the data appear in the form of the 2 digits for the date and then the month displayed in words and then the year displayed in 4 digits. If you want to go for more formats for displaying the date value, you can again click on the number format down arrow and then click on more number formats. Since it is a date value selected, so by default we have the date selected from here, and then from the right we can select any one of the formats. For example, if we want the day, that is the weekday, then the date, month and year to be displayed, then we can select this option. Then when we click on OK, we have the date displayed in that particular format. The next format is time. In order to display the time value, we have to have the data written in the form of hours, minutes and seconds. So let's have another column and let's have the heading time. Now enter some time value. Now let's select the data, and this is appearing to be custom. Let's click on time. And now you can see that the time is displayed in the form of hours, minutes and seconds, all appearing in terms of 2 digits separated by colon symbol. If you want, you can go for a different custom format for time also. So we repeat the procedure and then we can select any one of the available types we want to display. Click on OK and you can see it is automatically deciding upon which one is AM and which one is PM. In the same manner, go to more number formats and select a different time format you want to display. Now suppose you want to display the values in terms of percentage. What is percentage? Percentage is the value divided by the maximum value. Suppose we have 500 out of 800. So the percentage will be 500 divided by 800 and the result should be multiplied by 100. So in order to calculate the percentage, suppose I have another column named percentage, and in this, suppose I write the value in this cell divided by 800 because I want to calculate the percentage of the prices with respect to the maximum price, that is 800. So it is appearing as 0.625, and if I have the same formula applied for rest of the values, I have these values appearing here. So not to worry, we have not applied the proper formula for percentage. The proper formula is the value divided by total value and the result should be multiplied by 100. So it should be appearing like 62.5%, and here it should be like 50%, then 37.5% and so on. So we will select this all data and then we will click on the down arrow for the number format button, and this time we select percentage. And as you can see, you have the appropriate percentage displayed here. So now you have the values which we obtained earlier multiplied by 100, and then we have the percent symbol also appearing here. So clearly we can read the data and we can say that the value 500 is 62.50% of 800, and similarly 400 is 50% of 800. Now let's see the other format. The other one is fraction. This is very interesting. If you try to display the values in terms of fractions, you use the fraction option. Now I'm going to create another heading named fraction. And now I will select all the cells in which I am going to put the fractional value. And then I will click on the down arrow and then select the fraction. So the values that I will enter here now will appear in terms of fraction. So if I write here 22/7, it will appear in terms of mixed fraction, that is 3/1/7. If I write 2/5, it will appear as it is. So it is 2/5. Similarly, when I write 9/3, it is going to reduce it to 3. So as you can see, you have the whole number part of the fraction displayed at little left and the fractional part at right. Let's have a larger value. Suppose we have 598 divided by 70. So you can see you have 35 as a whole number part and you have 1/6 as the fractional part. So whichever fraction you are entering, it is reduced to the proper fraction. Now let's see the other number formats. So click on the down arrow for number format button and then you can see we have scientific notation. In this form, the data is represented in terms of a value multiplied by 10 raised to the power something. So we have the mantissa and the exponent part of the value displayed. Now let's try it on the values written under the heading scanner. So we select the values and then we click on the down arrow and then select the scientific form. So as you can see, you have 3.00 E plus 02. Here plus means it is going to be 10 raised to the power 2. So this value is 3.00 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 2. So that will ultimately become 300. And similarly, where you have 4.00 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 2, it will be 400 automatically. Now let's change the values. Suppose I write here 65,000. You can see it becomes 6.5 E plus 04, which means that it will be 6.5 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 4. So it will ultimately result in 65,000. Similarly, we have one more number format there, and that is text. So this is going to simply display the data in terms of text only. So let's select some values. For example, the values written under the heading keyboard, and then click on the down arrow for number format and then select the text option. So now the numeric data is appearing in the form of text. This we can clearly say because when we expand the column, we can see that the text is by default aligned towards left, and as you can see, the mouse has all its values in terms of number, and even if it is not looking to be a number, let's change it to number and then expand the column, and you will see that the data, which is numeric data, will appear right aligned by default. And now if you try to change it to the text type, it will go to the left side. In the next video, we will see the more formatting features in MS Excel. Thanks for watching.